Dear Arina and Evi, I'm sorry if this topic is kind of boring. Um, I'll make it short. But I just thought it'd be fun to kind of explain to you guys a little bit more about where I live specifically. And so I'll tell you 5 things that other people think of when in the US think of when they think of Minnesota. The first one being Minnesota nice. The term Minnesota nice is basically a put down term for sarcasm. I think. I'm actually not 100% sure what Minnesota nice means, but that's what I'm pretty sure it means. Basically, yeah, so basically you say something that literally is nice, but it's intended the other way. Number 2, wild rice. In terms of food, a lot of that's what people think of when they think of Minnesota is wild rice. I love wild rice. Chicken wild rice soup is one of my favorite things to eat on a cold day. I really like it. So, yeah, look it up and maybe try to find it in Germany or Belgium. I don't know. Number 3. I went to a Spanish camp for 6 years. Spanish immersion camp from kids all over the country. And almost every year, without fail, the topic would come up regarding what a fizzy carbonated drink is called. Now, most Minnesotans and a lot of people in the states around it call it pop, myself included. When I think of soda, I just think of 1950s diner, and it just sounds weird and old-timey. So, yeah. So, but yeah, it's really funny, actually. It's really cool, interesting. Like, we would come up with other things, too, the dialect is different throughout the country. It's weird. In the South, like, it's Coke. Like, every type of pop is Coke. That's even weirder than soda. But anyway, which kind of leads me to number 4. We are one of the only states in the Midwest, the upper Midwest, I should say, that is known for our accents. I don't have much of a Minnesotan accent. I might have a little bit of one, but, because my mom's not from Minnesota. She's from New York. Yeah, when we were on a trip, our Patriots trip from my marching band, and we were in DC, and when people would ask us where we're from, and we always would just so tempted to say Minnesota, don't you know? Yeah, you betcha. That's exaggeration, but I've heard people with Minnesotan accents before, which kind of leads me to the last one, number 5. I remember one person asked us that, and we said, Minnesota, we're from Minnesota. And she said, is it hot enough for you? And, yeah, DC is horrible. It's awful in the summer. At least the summer when we were there. When we were there, it was horrible. DC was literally built on a swamp, I believe. Like George Washington, it was either George Washington or John Adams that decided where to put DC. And it was literally a swamp. Literally. And so he said, hey, that's a good place for the Capitol. So it's really humid. But anyway, that's totally off topic. But yeah, Minnesota, we're north, it gets cold. It gets cold. This year, it hasn't been the worst this year. Last year was horrible. Oh my god, last year was horrible. But yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that's it. I am leaving for a band trip to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, not tomorrow, but the Thursday after. I will, might throw in another video before then, but if I don't, my next video will be a vlog of that trip. It won't be specifically for you two. I'm sorry. It'll be for my family and friends too. So yeah, but I think it should be fun. I think you guys will like it, even if it's not specifically directed towards you. But yeah, so have a good week, guys. Goodbye.